Adam Richman on the hotline with us. You know him from Man vs. Food back in the day. He is now Bubba's favorite show.
It is. Everybody's all about Yellowstone and all that stuff. Not me. I'm all about the food that built America.
Yeah, you've been talking. You got me into it.
I know.
What's up, man? What's happening, Adam? How are you, man?
Thank you, Bubba. You are a great American. I'm
Dude,
honored.
that show has taught me so much about
both.
America. I mean, I'm sitting there and you're like, okay, and the Fritos guy or whatever is the person who invented, point of sale purchases and all that kind of crazy stuff. Or this person invented this. And you're going, how in the world did these people just come up with these ideas? And I understand they were desperate for their product to sell. Talking about the Krispy Kreme people making the machine, the little factory you watch everything. I mean, that show is the best.
Well, thank you. It's funny. When I got Man versus Food, I was actually acting in a play at Ellis Island, and you see just how few generations really existed between most Americans that are here now, and when our families first came here, and what is more American than these plucky people just taking a family recipe or seizing an opportunity, or I don't know, going, we make these donuts. We know how to make these donuts super well. Or we have this beer recipe, and I'm going to make this beer recipe, and flourish. And you realize, Totino's Pizza, that the woman that is behind the brand, right, was so poor that she used to hang around her schoolyard as a child and pick up orange peels to eat the remaining little bits of orange pulp off the ground.
Good Lord.
And then she went on to become the first upper-level executive at General Foods. And, they combined Geno's and Totino's. Or the guy who created Geno's is the guy behind, all the iconic canned Chinese foods that we've come to know and love. And he's not Asian at all. So it's just, you can't help but be inspired. And you'll also learn the cool facts that allow you to, go up to your friends and be like,
Dude, that's what Bubba does.
That's the buffalo wing.
I actually make that noise. I go, I love it. I mean, first of all, Mrs. Fields, I didn't think, because they cast the people to look like the actual person. The lady they had playing Mrs. Fields, from the cookies, was hot. And I was like, Mrs. Fields was not. I Googled her. I went, no, she was a smoke show.
Mrs.
Look at
Fields
that.
was a smoke show. And she's brilliant.
Yeah, and her husband was totally not taking advantage of letting her run stuff, and boom, she became Mrs. Fields.
But also because he was a quote-unquote economic futurist who embraced this invention that no one else did called computers. And she was able to standardize recipes, standardize procedure, check profits and losses. But this season, what's so cool is we expanded even further. So we get into spirits like Cuervo and Smirnoff. We get into things like the origin of the buffalo wing or the chicken sandwich wars. We get into the creation of the UPC code, the shopping cart, and the grocery scanner, which changed the world as we know it. And then even things like pet food. I mean, to realize that before the 20th century, cats were just means of pest control. Dogs were purpose-driven beasts, even though they had accompanied humans domestically for about 30,000 years. And suddenly you create kitty litter and you create specific pet food, and they become members of your family. And it changes society through food.
It's amazing.
Sporting goods.
I can't tell people enough. If you've never watched The Food That Built America, I would say, obviously watch this season so they get the ratings so they can keep the show going. But also go back and watch the original episodes. I want to say the first one was the Hershey episode. And just watch the evolution of your life, because everything that you touch basically came from the innovation from food.
Yeah, has a great story.
Yeah.
And now, Adam, you have more useless information in your head from doing the show than you ever expected.
It's still entertaining, sure. A family friend was clowning me when I was saying how the shape of a Pringle is the hyperbolic paraboloid.
Yes. But you know what?
The flip side is this, though. I've been in the food industry since I was 12 years old in one way or another. And I was always sort of very nervous to dip my toe. People have approached me about creating sauces or frozen foods. And this show is what finally got me off my ass to do it, because you realize how much failure and adversity these people found, how many happy accidents they created, and you realize that they are, you know, visionaries and outside the box thinkers. I mean, the fact that two scientists built Subway sandwiches by using the scientific method. They opened two. They saved up to open two restaurants so that they could use one as the control and one as the test subject.
Orville
And
Redenbacher.
that's how they developed some.
Okay, if you guys just want to switch.
That guy was breeding corn for 40 years before he finally landed on the one he created.
Adam, everyone calm down. Adam, can you just send Bubba your text message, and you guys can do this back and forth all day?
Dude, I would.
All day.
I would. We could talk food all day.
It's the food that built America. The new episodes are premiering Sunday on the History Channel, The Food That Built America. Adam, you made Bubba's day. Thank you.
You did.
Thank you.
Well, y'all made mine. Thank you so much.
We'll see you, man. Bye.
Wow, we have videos, lots of them, more than just the one you watched. We got more and more and more and more.
Yeah, subscribe, hit the notification bell, or we'll tell your mom.